So let's get into
let's get into what you're doing.
Yeah, so let's get so Aiden sometimes will kind of tell me, like, all I hear from my end is that Fayek is buying some shoes and he has a bot,
Right.
and he's able to buy some shoes. And one day I heard a story. I don't know if this is accurate.
Yeah.
Maybe my memory's off. That you managed to buy a pair of Yves Saint Laurent Nike
Dior Jordan 1s.
Dior
Jordan 1s.
Sorry,
We'll get into
Dior-
that. Fayek will get into that
Dior
story.
Jordan.
Yeah.
So just what is it that you do now? Just tell everyone what you do, and then maybe
Give a
we'll
brief,
then we'll rewind.
just briefly, and then we can go back to how it started.
Yeah. So I do reselling. I've been reselling sneakers mainly, and then obviously other markets opened up at one point during 2020 to 2021. Which was like, a lot of it was graphics cards, and PS5s are still a big thing today, like consoles and stuff like that. They have a really good margin, and they're, in my eyes, like, they're pretty easy to get, but for the average folk it's not that easy still. So there's a market there, so it's like always like nice to gain like new kind of things other than shoes, obviously. But I mean, so I'm basically just a reseller. Been doing it for a couple of years. I like it a lot.
So what kind of shoes do you buy?
Mostly like Nike, Adidas, anything that's high end, hard to get. Things that sell out, obviously. Yeezy stuff like that.
No, I don't know anything. So, like, when you see these shoes, you see that your friends are asking for. Like, how do you know they're hard to get? Because on the websites they're always selling out. Your buddies are saying, "I can't get these shoes."
Yeah, a mix of both. And then there's obviously platforms like StockX, multi-billion platforms that these shoes are almost like a stock now, right? So you can obviously see like what they're asking, what people are asking, what people are paying, and then there's obviously market trends. Like I know the Jordan 1 Mochas, when those came out, I think I ended up for one of my I supply a store, so he needed about, I think it was like 10 pairs. So I ended up picking 10 pairs for him. I think the price was at the time, I think it was around 400 something. And today they're like 800 to 1,000. So if you catch market trends, and that's just within a year, right? So if you catch market trends, things that are like, like it's an investment, right? So you can invest in this kind of stuff. And, a lot of people that, like me, let's say I do a lot of buying and selling, but there's a lot of people that buy and hold for a while. And then based on trends, they can, sell after for a pretty good margin, right? So
StockX is a website where you can go and see what shoes are buying and selling kind of on the secondary market, like on the resale market.
Exactly,
so you can get an idea what's trending and not trending, what's hard to get, what's easy to get.
Exactly, yeah.
So you pick up some of that data.
Yeah.
How come this store calls you and says, I need a few pairs of this? What did you say?
The Jordan 1 Mochas.
Any Jordans still are pretty hard to find, or any sought after Nike, Adidas shoe.
But these guys are a store, but they still can't get it themselves, so they find like a wholesaler like you.
Yeah, because it's more of the connections, right? So like they could obviously go and buy it from anyone, right? But the two things that I have is, like, let's say connections with quantity. Like a lot of people, you can go on Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, find someone that's selling it for, let's say 600, because they want to make it on that one pair. It's not like they're selling bulk, so they don't have those kind of resources of, like, between that market of there's a whole bunch of people that get a lot of sizes and a lot of stock, and you don't see them much, right? Like it's only like you have to know them and then kind of have that connection. So it's all connections at the end of the day. But so he did end up messaging me for that, and then I ended up just making that happen.
And to be clear, I guess the store you're supplying is a reselling store.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they have a margin as well. Like stores are like kind of like, I shouldn't really say this because people that that are buying that want to buy sneakers, if you're buying from a store, you're probably paying the highest premium, and that's just flat out because it's all a chain, right? And it's with anything. So you get it from the retailer, that's the cheapest you're gonna get it at, and then you come to me I'm more of like a supplier, so I would have my margin that I work with. And then there's the store price, which is the stores, because, they have that in-store experience. They have a lot of sizes available and whatever. And then they have a premium on that, and they have their own fees. So they have to, they have like a physical store. So they have to pay for that kind of stuff. So they have to add that into their prices, right? So stores are usually the most expensive place to pay for it, like to buy shoes, and then obviously, even StockX, like I know you guys bought something recently, and like, when you click review order,
the one time you couldn't get me something, we had to.
The one time, yeah, because I was just all over the place.
Thanks for letting us down.
I'm
buy it on StockX.
Yeah, I know, but it is, StockX. Sometimes people don't realize, but it is pretty expensive because once you get to that
those
final
fees are
stages,
crazy.
the fees, exactly. People don't realize those fees, and they always look at just like the buy now price before all these fees, and then that's what they compare it to. But that's not the right comparison, right? So
okay, so let me slow you down here.